Ready App organization company. They're going to talk about all the amazing things that they're doing.
We actually created a category for employee engagement for this type of worker, specifically the non-desk worker, people who use their hands and tools to keep the world turning, right? The reality is that, the industries we serve are kind of hospitality. We serve healthcare, we serve industrial, manufacturing, construction, all that type of thing.
When we're talking, and especially in a casino environment, call it 1,000 employees in a particular casino, where the non-desk workforce is usually 70-80% of that workforce, and it's touching a lot of different departments, spots and table games and food and beverage and housekeeping. It's touching all those different departments, and there's so many opportunities in each of those silos to improve workflow automation, improve cost saving.
Well, let's just focus on casino world for a minute. I mean, traditionally, your commercial model is really based on getting people in the door, getting them to spend their money. That expanded over the years to be more than just gaming. It's hospitality, it's hotels, it's shows, it's restaurants. So that is the majority of the margin, and this hasn't necessarily changed. So how do you then differentiate? How do you go beyond that cash cow, if you will, to really expand on your profit margin?
The end result, the outcome of a Ready App deployment is an increase in retention, which in our current climate is paramount importance. I'd hazard to guess that's why we see all these Fortune 500 companies looking for engagement now. And Ready App solves for that specifically by letting employees get what they need when they need it, and it not only have what they need in their pocket, but also be connected to the appropriate peers and people that they need to interact with in order to do their job better, as well as potentially improve guest experience. When a guest comes up and asks them a question, they can pull the answer right out of their pocket and have that available on the fly.
Well, you have to look inward at that point. You have to look internally and say, how can I optimize the workforce that I have so that procedurally things happen more quickly, more smoothly, without error? How can I engage with people in a way that is going to make them really want to stay a little bit longer, build that tenure at your organization? And as people stay longer, that's a lot of institutional knowledge that people are building up around your brand.
Or it's even the productivity saved for an employee shipping a form straight from their pocket instead of walking down to an HR office, picking it up, filling it out, putting it in a filing cabinet that who knows where it goes. They can send it straight from their pocket and have it route directly where they need it to.
Casino is really unique relative to the other industries we serve, because if I'm a customer and I go to a casino, I'm paying a lot of money to stay at the Sands or wherever it might be. I want to have a good time, and I should be able to approach any employee who's obviously an employee, whether they're a maintenance person or a cleaner or a bartender or a pit boss. I want to be able to approach them, and if I have something I want addressed, in that hospitality world, I think that you expect that they'll have an answer for you.
You're engaged more with your employees, and they love that. That is something that the employees like. Mm-hmm. I can reach out to the top guy if I need to. Of course, you try all the time to go through the chain of command, but it is something, if the person had already go through the chain and they didn't get the right answer that they were looking for, they could reach out directly to me, and I would tell them, yes, come on in. If I would make time, I would make 5-10 minutes for you, so we can sit down and see what I can do for you.
To use an example, we've got a cohort of casinos representing about 24,000 employees. They're just over 80% voluntary adoption of Ready App amongst those 24,000, but we're making over 1 million changes a month to that sample size of employees to make sure they're always in the right place. When they come in, they've got exactly what they need at their fingertips the second they've downloaded the app.
We are a chassis on which, using the APIs and the app hub and the other features and functions and that smart technology, that intelligence engine, that relevance engine that kind of drives the whole thing, you can customize that vehicle kind of like a Formula One car in any way that you want. So we're creating the architecture, we've created the architecture, and no two customers of Ready App use it in exactly the same way. It is anything but kind of cookie cutter, and that's what really sets us apart. If people are willing to look under the hood,
is all about that. Everything that each department can use and be part of is everyone always will say, well, how much does it cost? How much is it worth for our employees that, we're now short-staffed and we couldn't get anybody because we're sitting here calling on the phone versus here's an app, and they go, that pricing, I don't care how much it costs. It really, your ROI is almost immediate.
Just go into readyapp.com. That is readyapp.com. You can see there what they're all about, but you can contact them directly through there also.